The biggest innovation or development of the 1923 was the exposed hammer.
That doesn't make me happy, because I have a lot of guns that do have plastic sights and I don't have that issue.
Then the second major improvement is this lever. This is a disassembly lever, which does not exist.
Number 15. ADS Amphibious Rifle, $2,000. The ADS is a Russian assault rifle designed for combat divers, chambered in the 5.45 by 39mm M74 round. It's a bullpup layout and can be adjusted with a suppressor and optical sights. The ADS was developed by the Tula Instrument Design Bureau, which aimed to create a single weapon capable of being used both below and above water. The ADS was initially developed in 2000, but faced challenges in using long, specially designed underwater ammunition when submerged. The design team at KBP developed effective underwater ammunition that retains the compact size of standard issue 5.45 by 39mm rounds, allowing it to be loaded and fired from standard AK-74 type box mags and the same chambers and barrels that would accept above water ammunition. The ADS is equipped with a 4mm grenade launcher with a range of 400 meters and fires various modifications of VOG-25 grenades. It weighs approximately 4.6 kilograms and uses 5.45 by 39mm bullets, firing at a firing rate at 700 rounds per minute with a range of 500 meters. The ADS's effective underwater firing range is about 25 meters at the depth of 5 meters and 18 meters at the depth of 20 meters. Fired cartridge extraction to the forward makes ambidextrous shooting convenient and reduces gas pollution in the face of the shooter region. The ADS entered service in August 2013 and entered service with the Russian Ministry of Defense Special Operations Force Command Combat Divers in September 2016. Number 14. Corner Shotguns, $3,500. Israeli Corner Shot is a giant stock pistol with a hinge, which has been used in movies like Wanted, Red, and The Expendables 3. The front end holds the gun and has a laser, light, and camera array. The camera feeds video back to the stock portion and can be viewed via folding screen, allowing the shooter to shoot from complete cover. The recoil is awkward when using the corner shot to shoot around corners, and the weight of 8.5 pounds makes it difficult to move. Users can use a threaded barrel and an effective muzzle brake to keep the gun down. Nerf is releasing a simpler version of the corner shot called the Nerf Rebel Corner Sight, which does not have a fancy lever, camera, and screen. It is a pump action blaster with a small capacity of only 4 shots and is much cheaper at around $20 compared to the corner shot's $35,000 price tag. However, the performance matches the price. Number 13. Armatix IP1, $1,400. The Armatix IP1 is a semi-auto pistol chambered for the .22 long rifle rimfire cartridge. Designed and manufactured by German company Armatix. It is marketed as a James Bond-style handgun that can only be fired by an authorized user. The pistol weighs 518 grams and is fed via a 10-round detachable box mag with an effective fire range of 75 yards. Features an electromag disconnect, color-coded safety, integrated grip safety, and an interface for additional applications such as a camera. The IP1 handgun and the W1 active RFID watch from a smart system in which both parts communicate through radio frequency identification (RFID). The matching IW1 active RFID wristwatch must be within 10 inches (25 centimeters) of it for the handgun to function. The wristwatch indicates the charge level of the watch in the handgun, the number of shots fired within a given time frame, and can deactivate the firearm by means of a time control feature. The target response system (TRS) can be controlled to fire only toward a recognized target or permitted target, and the handgun cannot be fired if it is aimed away from the target. Attempts to mandate smart gun technology in the United States have been met with opposition from gun rights organizations such as the National Rifle Association. In 2002, the state of New Jersey passed a child-proof handgun law intended to eventually mandate that all guns sold in the state be smart guns. Gun rights lobbyists have contended that attempts to market a smart gun in the country industry would trigger the law. A review published in America's First Freedom in August 2014 praised the pistol for its sleek, ergonomic appearance, paddle-style mag release, and decent single-action trigger pull. However, it was mostly critical of the pistol's reliability, double-action trigger pull, recessed hammer, color-coded LED indicators, and waterproofing. Number 12. Magpul FMG-9. The Magpul FMG-9 is a prototype folding submachine gun designed by Magpul Industries in 2008. It is made out of polymer in place of metal, reducing weight. The FMG-9 never left the prototype stage and never saw widespread production on any level, as the item was only produced by Magpul as a proof of concept. In 2010, Magpul Industries PTS, Professional Training and Simulation Division in cooperation with KWA Performance Industries, released the FPG folding pocket gun. The FPG is almost identical to the FMG-9 prototype, but contains the firing mechanism of an airsoft KWA G18C replica. The FPG fires 6mm pellets with a mag capacity of 49 rounds. In 2021, Magpul unveiled the FDC-9 folding defensive carbine and FDP-9 folding defensive pistol, two redesigned versions of the FMG-9 that are planned to release in 2022. Number 11. Liberator, $500. The Liberator is a 3D printable single-shot handgun designed by Defense Distributed and released on May 6, 2013. The plans were downloaded over 100,000 times in the 2 days before the United States Department of State demanded that Defense Distributed retract the plans. The Liberator plans remain hosted across the internet and are available at file-sharing websites like the Pirate Bay and GitHub. On July 9, 2018, the United States Department of Justice reached a settlement with Defense Distributed, allowing the sale of plans for 3D printed firearms online. Beginning August 1, 2018, the Liberator is named after the FP45 Liberator, a single-shot pistol designed by George Hyde and mass-produced for the United States Office of Strategic Services (OSS) in World War II. The OSS intended to airdrop the gun into occupied Europe for resistance forces to use. It is thought the Liberator was also intended as a tool of psychological warfare. Occupying forces in Europe would have to weigh evidence of distributed pistols as a factor in planning against civilian resistance, which would complicate their strategy and affect morale. The Liberator's release to the internet can be understood as Defense Distributed's attempt to more successfully execute the historical psychological operation and as a symbolic act supporting resistance to world governments. Days after their publication, the United States Department of State's Office of Defense Trade Controls issued a letter to Defense Distributed demanding that it retract the Liberator plans from public availability. The site later appeared on the Pirate Bay, which publicly stated its defense of the information. Original copies of the Liberator have been permanently acquired by the Victoria and Albert Museum, and a copy is on display at London Science Museum. The Liberator has been used in various ways, including in the ATF test of 3D printed firearms using ABS material and VisiJet material. In 2013, Finnish YLE TV2 Current Affairs program, Ijan Kotainen Kakkonen produced a Liberator handgun under the supervision of a licensed gunsmith and fired it under controlled conditions. Israeli Channel 10 reporters built and tested a Liberator with a 9mm cartridge, successfully hitting a target at a distance of several meters. A Japanese man printed and assembled 5 copies of the Liberator, and on or about April 12, 2014, he uploaded video evidence of his possession of the weapons to the internet. Authorities arrested him on May 8, 2014 and found that at least 2 of the copies possessed lethal power. Number 10. Tracking Point, $7,000. TTAG's Armed Intelligentsia has long criticized Tracking Point's automated firing technology for being too expensive and inefficient. However, the company has recently introduced a new killer app, night vision capability. The M400X HDR offers night vision capability, allowing users to swap optics between day and night hunting or purchase an expensive intensifier tube for their existing scope. The system includes a free-floating handguard, solid stock, and a full-length top trail for attaching IR flashlights. The barrel is threaded in the unusual 5/8 thread pitch, and the barrel can be turned to account for. The M400X HDR comes with 4 batteries, 2 of which can be slotted into the stock of the rifle to provide power for the scope and system. The gun will fire even without the scope attached and powered on, in case the batteries have been drained. The system has several functions, including a simple version that allows users to make corrections, suppression mode, precision mode, and guided trigger. However, when the lights go out, the system becomes wonky. The M400X HDR's main sensor reads IR light coming back into the scope, using built-in software to enhance the image. It lacks an intensifier tube to increase the light coming into the sensor, resulting in fuzzy targets with noise distortion. The Gen 2 night vision implementation has too much noise to be useful. The M400X HDR is worth nearly $7,000, but if you were to buy a similarly accurate .300 BLK rifle with a good scope and a clip-on night vision scope, you would be looking at roughly the same amount of cash. Number 9. Chiappa Rhino, $1,500. The Chiappa Rhino is a futuristic six-gun that has made its way into the hands of many. Originating in Italy, the Chiappa Rhino was designed by Emilio Gazzoni and Antonio Codazzo, who had previously worked on the Matiba series of semi-auto revolvers. The goal of the Chiappa Rhino was to become a modern revolver, with the main design difference being orientating the bottom of the barrel with the bottom cylinder of the revolver. This lowers the bore axis and nearly aligns it with the wrist, creating less muzzle flip and more recoil transferred rearward into the wrist than upward and off target. The Chiappa Rhino comes in various calibers, including .357 Magnum, 9mm, 40 S&W, and 9x21mm. The 40DS model features an accessory rail for lights, an adjustable sight, and wood grips. Other versions of the Chiappa Rhino are mostly named for the length of the barrel and the action, such as the 20D, which is a double action only pistol with a 2-inch barrel, and the 50DS, a double single action with a 5-inch barrel. The Chiappa Rhino is known for its bottom-mounted barrel, which reduces muzzle flip and makes the gun softer to shoot. The design makes a .357 Magnum handle more like a .38 Special at most, making it a nice impressive reduction in recoil. However, the cocking lever is stiff and it takes 2 thumbs to cock the gun into single action. The cylinder release is positioned right below the cocking lever, making it easy to use and reloading easy. The Chiappa Rhino 40DS is not impulsive, with extremely lenient muzzle rise. It can be railed for lights and such, but the terrible trigger is terrible. It is also hard to cock, being extremely stiff. The cost of the Chiappa Rhino is expensive, but its cool design and aesthetics do not make it a good gun. Number 8. Chris Vector, $1,600. The Chris Vector is a remarkable firearm designed by Swiss firearms manufacturer Chris Group in 2006. Offering a compact and innovative design with impressive firepower. The Vector comes in 3 variants: CRB, Carbine, SBR, Short Barrel Rifle, and SDP, Special Duty Pistol. In 2015, Chris released Gen 2, which featured changes to the pistol grip, trigger, reduced safety throw, and removal of a slot for a surefire weapon light. The Vector is intended for anyone who can take advantage of its unique design, serving as a home defender or truck gun. It can also be enlisted as a backpack gun or truck gun since it can be stowed so readily. The Vector's fit and feel are different from most guns, and it delivers accurate fire during testing from 7 yards. The Vector's low bore axis and recoil system make it very easy to maintain accurate fire with its incredible rate of fire. The Vector is particularly interesting due to its design, and it is not much larger than a large pistol and packs down to a very small 18.5 inches long with the stock folded. The Vector's reliability is 2 out of 5, with some frustrating times just trying to finish a full mag on auto. The back of the Vector is great, with controls being easy to reach. The Vector shoots 5-shot groups at 7 yards, with an average of 2-inch groups. Customization options include Picatinny rails on the top and rail section on the bottom just behind the muzzle. Overall, the Chris Vector is a remarkable firearm that offers a great combination of firepower, portability, and ergonomics. The Chris Vector is available in various calibers and configurations, with prices ranging from $600 to over $2,000 depending on the model. Upgrading the Vector can improve its performance, such as the Holosun AEMS and Cloud Defensive Rhine 2.0. The firearm's reliability is a concern, but a vertical grip could alleviate some issues during auto testing. Overall, the Chris Vector is an innovative and cool gun with great potential. Number 7. FN57, $1,500. The FN57 is a semi-auto pistol developed by FN Herstal in Belgium, combining the FN-P90 personal defense weapon and FN 5.7 by 28mm cartridge. Introduced in 1990, the pistol has since been offered to civilian shooters for personal protection and target shooting, initially restricted to military and law enforcement customers. The pistol has since been offered to civilian shooters for personal protection and target shooting. The pistol has faced opposition from gun-controlling organizations like the Brady Campaign and has been subject to ongoing controversy in the United States, developed in response to NATO requests for a replacement for the 9x19mm Parabellum cartridge. The 5.7 by 28mm cartridge weighs 6 grams and is significantly lighter than the average 9x19mm Parabellum cartridge. The 5.7 by 28mm projectile has been tested in Passaic County, New Jersey Sheriff's Department and has a muzzle velocity of around 650 meters per second, 2,130 feet per second, and can penetrate Kevlar protective vests, PASGT vests, and helmets. However, some are skeptical of the bullet's terminal performance and are subject to debate among civilian shooters in the United States. The lightweight projectile also possesses less risk of collateral damage than conventional pistol bullets, as it loses much of its kinetic energy after traveling only 400 meters. The 5.7 is considered suitable for military use under the Hague Convention of 1899, which prohibits the use of expanding bullets in warfare. Number 6. Personal Halting and Stimulation Response Rifle, $1,000. The U.S. Department of Defense's Directed Energy Directorate created prototype non-lethal laser dazzler known as the Personal Stopping and Stimulation Response Rifle, PHASR. Its objective is to momentarily blind and disorient the target. The 1995 UN Protocol on Blinding Laser Weapons, to which the United States acceded on January 21, 2009, outlawed the use of blinding laser weapons, despite previous tests. This rule does not forbid the low-intensity laser used in the phaser rifle, because its momentary blinding effect is acceptable. A 2-wavelength laser is also used. The Air Force Research Laboratory Directed Energy Directorate in New Mexico's Kirtland Air Force Base hosted tests of the phaser. Its name is probably a reference to the fictional phaser from Star Trek, which is well known for being portrayed as a portable directed energy weapon with a lethal mode and a mode that can strike living targets with non-lethal temporarily incapacitating effects. This is frequently accompanied by the on-screen dialogue, "Set phasers to stun." Number 5. Accuracy International AT, $4,000. The Accuracy International AT is a precision rifle system designed by a scientist to eliminate variables in performance and focus on what he could affect. It is chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor and fired through a Robert Gradus barrel with a SAS Reaper suppressor. The AT features a Schmidt and Bender PM2, 5-25x56, and an Atlas bipod. The AT butt stocks is mostly adjustable, with spacers that can be adjusted to your desired dimension. The trigger, grip, and mag system are adjustable for weight and positioning, with zero slack or creep, a comfortable shoe, a zero over travel. The AT features a 20 MOA Picatinny rail for maximum scope travel and a slick bolt that feels like two pieces of oiled glass rubbing against each other without any characteristic slop that you would find in a factory rifle. The AT is a lightweight bolt-action hunting rifle that offers ease of use when shooting off barriers. Its broad, flat forend is ideal for flat barriers, and the AT can be configured with key slot technology for barrier stops and hand stops. However, the AT can be a bit of a handful when shot from a slung position, as the 24-inch barrel can be quite heavy. The AI stands out from the standard Remington 700 pattern rifles by offering quick barrel changes, allowing the owners to swap out their factory .308 barrel in just 5 minutes, saving money compared to keeping two identical rifles in different chamberings. The AT is highly accurate, with a range of sub-MOA 5-shot groups at the 100-yard line. It is a great choice for those looking for a compact and accurate rifle for long-range shooting. Number 4. Zip Zip.22, $200. The USFA Zip.22 is a semi-auto pistol chambered in .22 long rifle, introduced in 2013. Despite its innovative concept, affordability, and accuracy, the gun faced frequent mechanical malfunctions, including failures to feed ammunition and eject spent casings. The poor reliability of the gun led to its commercial failure, causing the USFA's eventual demise in 2017. The pistol design features a box-shaped, futuristic-styled polymer frame with 2 holes for the trigger and the user's middle finger, and a flat butt plate for the shooter's handrest. It uses Ruger 10-22 removable mags and has the trapezoidal bars on the bolt for cycling the action. The firearm was designed to function as the receiver portion of a modular weapon system, which could be built up according to the shooter's needs using various drop-in expansions. The Zip.22 can also be converted into a rifle through the addition of a carbine stock and a suppressor, but these accessories in a .22 WMR conversion kit never made it past the prototype stage due to the commercial failure of the weapon. The Zip.22 was first revealed in an attempted viral marketing stunt by Douglas Donnelly, a YouTube user believed to be the designer and company CEO. The development of the gun was a significant risk for the USFA, a gun maker known for its replicas of the Colt single-action army and other historic guns. The cost of producing the gun required USFA to sell off their single-action army production tooling, but the company took the risk, intending to restart production with newly purchased tools once the Zip.22 turned a profit. However, the company's demise occurred when the Zip.22 failed on the market due to severe reliability issues. Production of the gun stopped in 2014, and USFA shut down in 2017, unable to return to production of more successful products. Number 3. XM25 CDTE, $35,000. The XM25 Counter Defilade Target Engagement CDTE system, also known as the Punisher, an individual semi-air burst system, was an airbus grenade launcher used in Afghanistan. It was fielded in 2010, but malfunctions and budget cuts delayed its official entry into service. The system fires 25mm grenades set to explode in mid-air, at or near the target, with a laser rangefinder in the weapon determining the distance to the target. The grenade tracks the distance it has traveled by the number of spiral rotations after firing, and detonates at the proper distance to produce an airburst effect. The XM25 has an effective range for point targets of 150 meters and a maximum range for area targets of 350 meters. Studies indicate that the XM25 with airburst rounds is 300% more effective at engaging the enemies than other squad-level grenade launchers. Critics argue that the XM25 requires soldiers to exchange their rifles for the primary weapon, reduces their capacity to engage targets at close range, and is too heavy for soldiers to carry. Number 2. AA-12 Atchison Assault Shotgun, $3,500. The Auto Assault 12 is a popular shotgun with a strong media presence, appearing in video games, movies, and TV shows. Developed by Maxwell Atchison in 1972, it was later sold to Military Police Systems, MPS, in 1987. Over the next 18 years, the design underwent tweaks and modification until MPS ended with the AA-12. The AA-12 is a fully automatic 12-gauge shotgun with a 10-pound weight, allowing accurate fire with one hand. Its low cyclic rate of just 300 rounds a minute makes it suitable for semi-auto firing or emptying a drum mag without issue. Despite its impressive performance, the AA-12 never caught on with the US military. Its film, TV, and video game legacy highlights its potential applications in futuristic weapon systems. The AA-12 has been featured in action-oriented TV and movies since its public debut in the late 70s, and is also featured in Call of Duty games, particularly Warfare in the modern era. However, it is not suitable for Warzone, as it has done more damage on the digital battlefield than in real life. The road to a civilian legal AA-12 has been hampered by corporate buyouts and ATF rulings. BC Engineering, neighbors of Military Police Systems, licensed the rights to the gun and created a semi-auto version called the BC Jaeger. In May 26, they started exploring the rights to manufacture that gun. Since then, the rights to the AA-12 as well as all tooling and molds, have been sold to Sol Invictus Arms in Florida. The future of the AA-12 is uncertain, but it is expected to be with us through the end of the Expendables franchise and the inevitable Modern Warfare sequel. Number 1. Canadian Military Futuristic Rifle. The Canadian Armed Forces, CAF, is developing an integrated assault rifle prototype with smart weapons technology. The weapon features lightweight telescoped ammunition, a secondary effect module, and a NATO standard power and data bus for attaching smart accessories. The prototype, developed since 2009 through the Soldier Integrated Precision Effect Systems (SIPES) project, aims to provide a high-powered, lightweight military rifle for the CAF for the next several decades. The fully integrated prototype is expected to weigh less than a CAF standard issue Colt C7, equipped with an M203 grenade launcher. Researchers have focused on weight reduction, evaluating lightweight case telescoped ammunition, and developing sensors for automatic target acquisition and engagement. The weapon is expected to be lethal and flexible, capable of operating in various terrains, including urban areas, mountains, jungles, deserts, and the Arctic. Ergonomics was also a crucial factor in the weapon's development, with human factor trials performed by Human Systems Incorporated and data acquired by DRDC and CAF personnel during deployment in Afghanistan. The main weapon consists of a 5.56mm NATO standard semi-auto rifle with selectable fire rate, while the secondary weapons includes a 12-gauge shotgun and a 40mm grenade launcher. The integration of electronic devices will provide soldiers with the ability to transmit and receive data to and from a command and control network, providing a more informed and tactically adept experience for future soldiers. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.